Hey, what's going on, crew? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, do me a favor, hit the like button as well as subscribe. And we're going to be taking a look at the A11. We're also going to be taking a look at the A9 Pro, but the A9 Pro was released in September 2020, and the Umidigi A11 was released in May 2021. So if you're new to the crew, make sure you subscribe, get notified. If you're already a part of the crew, salute. But let's just jump into the comparison of both these devices so you can see what you're getting when we do take a look at these devices. So you are getting a silicone case provided on both of the boxes right here when you open these boxes up. So you do get a gel case for both of these devices, as you can see right here. So they both offer that, as well as the brick, which is a 10-watt charging brick, and they do give you that accented Type-C charging cable. So the main reason I like both of these devices is that build quality. We are getting those metal glass. We get that glass on the back of the Umidigi A9 Pro, as well as the metal on the side of the Umidigi A9 Pro, as well as the A11. We also do get a flatter design on the A11. So you can see, compared to the predecessor, the A11 has flatter design to it. It's also heavier as well when you're holding it in the hand. So you're gonna notice a heavier weight. We have 213 grams of weight on the A11. I'm sorry, the A9 Pro, and on the A11 we have 222 grams. So it's a bit heavier, definitely has some weight to it. We also do have the power button right here on the bottom on both devices, as well as the the volume rocker right above it. Fingerprint is located in the power button of the A11, and sometimes when I'm using my thumb on this device to unlock it, it's a little bit tricky. You have to hit it at the right spot and then you can unlock it. But if I use it with the A11, the A9 Pro, you do have it on the back of there. So when I hold it in my left hand on the A9, on the A11, it's a lot more easier to unlock it because it just reads it every single time. So you can see it's reading that every single time. With your thumb, it's a little bit harder to do because it doesn't. There we go. You just have to hit it perfectly every single time and it will work. So we do have that one on the A9 Pro on the back, and you have to hit it dead center or else it won't unlock. So you do have to hit it dead center every single time, but it does work really quick for the fingerprint sensor. But as far as the overall build quality, we do have the headphone jack at the bottom of the A9 Pro. We have it at the top of the A11, which is kind of weird. Speaker grill is at the bottom. Type-C is at the bottom, along with the microphone at the bottom of the A9 Pro. On the bottom of the A11, you can see right here where I did drop it. I did drop it today, but it did survive. That was the only thing that happened to it. Type-C on their microphone, as well as the speaker, single firing speaker on both of these devices. So there's no dual speakers on either one of these. Now, how is the software? You're probably asking, how is the software? Well, we do have, software updates on both these devices. We have the software update app, so I just want to go into that. I'm also going to get into the camera comparison as well. So I did take a lot of photos, so make sure you stay to the end of the video because I'm going to put that at the end of the video as far as the cameras as well. But if you go into About Phone, you'll notice that we do have, I'm going to show you guys right now, that we do have, system. Both of these devices do have, let me just show you right now. So this one is on Android 11. I'm showing you right now that the A11 is on Android 11. And then the A9 Pro that I have is actually the Android 10. But you do get software updates occasionally on both of these devices. So I just kind of want to throw that out there. But you will get occasional updates on both of these devices from time to time. Now, as far as the displays on both of these devices, we are getting a LCD IPS display on both of these guys. However, the A9 Pro will be a lot brighter and it will have a lot more saturated colors to it, with the 269 pixels per inch on the A11, but the 409 pixels per inch on the A9 Pro. It's just has a lot denser quality of pixels to it. We do get that full HD plus as well, 1080 by 2340 on the A9 Pro versus 720 by 1600 on the A11. But we do also have that HD plus display, which is 720 on here. So like I said, it's not gonna get as bright, but it does look pretty good. It's definitely decent enough. It kind of looks a little bit dim compared to the A9 Pro, which has a really high density display compared to that dimmer, you know, display on the A11. But overall, you know, we do have 19:5:9 aspect ratios on both of these devices with that metal design, which I really do appreciate. Now, as far as the performance on the MediaTek Helio P60 on the A9, you can see right here that it did everything that I wanted to do. It didn't have any issues running games like PUBG Mobile. And then when it came to the graphics, you can set them at high frame rate, and when you try to touch it at HD, it does go up to that as well. No HDR on here though, so just you can just want to throw that out there, that you can play on HD with that high graphics frame rate as well. So if you did want to do so, like I said, the A9 Pro is going to be more powerful than the A11 Pro, because the A11 Pro has the Helio G25 processing chip, which is 8 cores. It's clocked in at 2.0, and so is the Umidigi A9 Pro, but for some reason it's just a higher powered chip with that 6 gigabytes of RAM on the Umidigi A11. It's just a more powerful device overall, so it's definitely noticeable when you're playing games and things of that nature. It's extremely snappy, and it just feels really zippy when I'm playing games on here. Another thing I like is that this device does also, including that fingerprint sensor, has the proximity sensor, light sensor, accelerometer, compass, thermometer, and gyroscope on here too. So you can get a lot of gaming done. You could also get a lot of sensors on here. You don't get NFC on here. You know, the speaker is pretty easy to cover up and things of that nature, but you can see the gaming performance is just really solid on this device. Zero lag. There's no lag on here, so I definitely like that part about this phone, that it doesn't really suffer from any lag or anything like that. So you definitely will be able to use this device for gaming. It's not necessarily a gaming phone, but it does have really decent speeds for the price, and it does perform incredibly well. So I definitely like that part about it. So really solid device for the price, and overall just really solid performance on this guy. Now when it comes to the Umidigi A11, we do have that MediaTek Helio G25. Like I said, it also does have that, you know, that A53 as well, Cortex, clocked in at a decent speed. It's 2.0 gigahertz as well, and we do have the IMG Power VR along with it. So let's just take a look at some of the PUBG performance out of this one. Now when it comes to the graphics on the A11, you can see it's locked in at medium and smooth. You can get to low and you can get to balanced as well, so we'll just keep it on balanced, but I just kind of want to show you the gaming performance on this guy as well. So the speaker is located at the top right here, so you just want to make sure you don't put your hand over top of that thing. And then the overall graphics do look pretty decent, as you can see right here. They're loading. I can see everything loading, like the bushes and stuff, so it's rendering. Everything is rendering right here, so this looks pretty decent right here. A little bit choppy. So not the craziest like frame rates I've ever seen in the entire world, but also not the worst one that I've ever used in the world either. So some pretty decent gameplay on here. So I can't find like any weapons or anything, but the basic gameplay on here is pretty decent. So you can definitely play like PUBG on here or something like that, or you know, just your regular game you can definitely play on here. Now, when it comes to the photographs on here, they both come out really good. As you can see on the left, I do have the Umidigi A9 Pro, and then on the right I have the A11. So just kind of want to show you guys how they look when you compare the photos side by side. So you can see we do have that wide angle as well. Both of these devices do have that wide angle. It's a little bit lighter tone on the A11, deeper blues on the A9 Pro right here. You can see the grass has a little bit more detail to it versus the A11. So I definitely can see that. And more contrast here on the photo on the A9 Pro versus the A11. So when it comes to this photo right here, you can see it's actually more contrast on this one. So more detail in the clouds on the A9 Pro. So I just kind of want to point that out. But both of these phones do have really good cameras as far as the camera on both of these devices. So we are getting that 48 megapixel, 16 megapixel on the A9 Pro. So you definitely get that wide angle 16 megapixel as well as the 48 megapixel main camera. And then they do use pixel binning. They definitely do use pixel binning. And then on the A11, you do get the 16 megapixel with the 2 megapixel macro and also the 2 megapixel portrait. So we do get a macro on the A9 Pro. It is also a macro of 5 megapixels. So you can see right here, the detail is a little bit better on the A9 Pro. It's a little bit softer on the A11. So a little bit more saturation on the A9 Pro when it comes to the photos overall. So it's just, the overall, the A9 Pro will take slightly better photos when you're using it. Now, as far as the batteries, we do have a 5150 milliamp hour battery, which is bigger. It's definitely bigger on this one. So you will get a little bit more juice on this one. You also do have a 4150 milliamp hour battery. I've been using these devices at the exact same time all day long. So let's just go into the battery and see. Right here you can see that the A9 Pro is a little bit more drained. It is a little bit more drained. So we're going to go into the screen on time and just kind of see what that says right here for the performance. So about the same on both devices. So let's just go into more details of the battery usage. And you can see that both were used, both were taken off the charger roughly about 9 hours ago, and they both use the same apps throughout the day. So I've been using about the same apps, cameras, everything like that. I did use this one for music for an hour more. I did use this for an hour, but I didn't use this one for music. But you can still see that there's more battery on the A11. So the screen display right here actually drains less battery on the A11 when you're using it, because you won't be it won't be taking up a lot of battery because of the display. It's basically a low density display, so it's not gonna take up a lot of juice when you're using the display on here. But you can see that the teardrops are different. You got that V-shaped one versus the U one on the Pro. But both of these devices are really snappy. You can see that obviously the A9 Pro is a little bit smaller than the A11, 6.53 inch versus the 6.3. But let me know what you guys think. Overall, you do get 10 watts charging on both of these devices. You do get really good performance. You do get that 16 megapixel and 48 megapixel on the A9 Pro. The display is a lot brighter on the A9 Pro than this one. It's a little bit less, it's not as dim. It's more dim on the, you know what I'm saying? So when I try to do that swipe down thing, I don't get that on the Android 11. I mean, only on the Android 11 do I get that swipe down feature, that little pull down feature. I don't get that here unless I have to activate it somewhere in the settings. But we do get the app tray, we do get things of that nature, we do get more settings here. But both of these devices do really, they do fly if you're just using them. If you just want to get things done, they do pretty much get everything that you want to get done. And you won't have any issues with using these devices overall. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I definitely like using this one. They're both really nice. This one has that more pronounced squared off edges right here on the right, where this one has those rounded off aluminum edges. But they both have those aluminum edges, and they both take some pretty decent photos, take some decent video as well. But I'm gonna get right back with you. I'm gonna show up in the comment section. I'm also gonna show up in the next video real quick. But definitely appreciate you guys for watching, and make sure you show your support by hitting the bell icon, also hitting the like button, and subscribing for more videos just like this. But I'm gonna see you guys on the next video, and I'll get right back with you later, crew. Peace.